Hey there, it's Christine Morris, your business and productivity mentor. And today is Tech Tip Tuesday, where we are going to discuss email. We did discuss this a little bit last week, but I received a lot of questions and I had a lot of people who really weren't aware of how to customize their inbox so that they could really make it work for them and quickly process everything. So I thought we would do a little show and tell again today to show you exactly how I set up my email inbox and basically the steps that you would use to do that, but also give you some tips to also help you get out of email overwhelm. Email is really one of the main sources of overwhelm for business owners. And with a few simple strategies, you can really be more productive and organized when it comes to your email. So if you're someone who is feeling overwhelmed with the state of their email, it's really time to get your inbox under control and create a system that works for you. I have actually worked with many clients who have hundreds, maybe even thousands of emails in their inbox, which can create a lot of digital clutter. We talked about that this month with National Get Organized Month. And that digital clutter really fuels their feelings of overwhelm. Just seeing all those emails in their inbox, like I said, some have thousands, can be really overwhelming. But by quickly creating a system that brings their inbox under control, you actually remove that clutter and rebuild that sense of control in business. So today I'm going to show you my system to quickly process email. As with any system, the best system is one that works for you. So you may need to take some of this information and customize it to fit your own business, to fit your own work style, and any of the tools that you use. Most email systems do allow you to do what I'm going to show you here in Gmail. You just may need to adapt what I'm showing you to fit your system if you're using Outlook or something else. I highly recommend Gmail, and if you've been with me for any extended period of time, you know that it is, I'm definitely a Google girl, as I always say. So I use Google Apps for Business, or G Suite, whatever they're calling it now, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. So it looks like we have a few people on live. If you're here live, just say hello, and at any time if you have questions or if you need me to slow down and show you something as we go through this process, because I am sharing my screen, feel free to just drop a comment there. I'm happy to answer any questions as well. And if you are on the replay, let me know that you're here watching the replay. All right. So before I begin, I want to just give a few other tips for managing your email and just staying productive. And I actually did a Facebook Live on my business page earlier today and gave 2 tips for that a lot of times entrepreneurs are doing with the best of intentions. And these are things that are really hurting their productivity. One is working out of your email and using it as a to-do list, basically. So using your email as a to-do list or just leaving your email open all day are 2 things that we think we're doing because we want to be there for our clients. We want to be able to react quickly to whatever's coming in, but actually it is killing our productivity. What it's doing is it's creating this atmosphere where we're constantly ping-ponging back and forth from what we're working on to whatever is in our email. And then we have to go back to whatever it was we were working on. And I don't have the exact statistic in front of me, but I believe it's 20 minutes or so before you can actually really get back into sync with whatever it was you were focusing on every time you have one of those distractions. So it's really important to close those things down. Close your email, turn off your notifications, even on your phone. Unsubscribe to newsletters when you see them come in if it's something that you don't want to be receiving. Be really proactive with how you organize your inbox and how you manage your time. And most importantly, and this is what we're going to cover today, is create a system to manage your email. So as I mentioned, I use Google Apps for Business, and I have my Gmail inbox set up in a specific way. And I want to show you that today because I've shown some of our Academy Mastermind members, and we did a little Facebook Live last week, and a lot of people came back and were not aware that you can do this. So if you notice my screen right now, I have 3 different sections set up. And the neat thing about this is like my waiting for section, I'll explain what that is later, but I have it closed. There are actually emails in there right now. And I can just toggle that open and close so I don't have that visual clutter. I have a starred section up top. Everything else is basically my inbox. So everything else are the things that recently arrived or that I'm working on today. Maybe I have them there for a reason, but it's generally email that just recently came into my inbox. And I tried to leave a few things here for these purposes. Now, in order to do this, I actually just go into my settings for Gmail. And I'm going to come over here to Inbox, which is a third tab in. I have my inbox right up top, set inbox type. I have that set to a priority inbox. And when using this inbox type, when you're using the priority inbox, you want to really think about what sections you would use in your business and customize it to fit your needs. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a starred section. I have a waiting for section. You can have 4 sections. I have 1 section that is empty, and then I have a section for everything else. Starred is generally high priority emails. They are client related. They may be things that I intend to take care of later today. Maybe I saw an email come in and I didn't address it. You know, they're things that I need to address of a high priority. The waiting for, I actually use that for a variety of things. So if we were to go back to my inbox, you are going to see in the waiting for, once I open it, I have, generally it's like I have my Amazon order here. So I placed an order, I stuck a tag on it that says waiting for, and now it's in the waiting for file. And every couple days I actually go through here, and if once my Amazon order arrives, I unclick that tag and it goes away. So once I refresh, that email is going to be gone. And I close it when I'm working generally. If I'm looking for something, I'll just open it back up. But generally once a week I go through there and I just make sure that anything that I ordered that I'm waiting for, that I've received it. So it's just a little trick that I created for my own way of managing my inbox. The everything else, like I said, that is basically my general inbox. They're just regular emails that came in. They're not really high priority. Most of the time, depending on the volume of email I get in a day, it's usually the most recent emails that have popped into my inbox. And it usually just indicates that I haven't processed it yet. So I create these based on my need. You can customize them to fit what you need, but these labels are basically based off of tags that I have created. So if I were to add this third section here, I can click more options. I obviously have options that are here, important and unread, an unread section, a starred section. If I choose more options, these are tags that I have set up in my email system. And I could just choose a section based off of one of those tags. And I'm going to leave that empty. When you do create this, the big thing, make sure that you always select save changes. I didn't change anything here, so I'm not going to need to do that. It's kind of grayed out here, but anytime you make any changes in your Google account and really in any software, be really conscious of the save changes option. All right, so going back to, let's see if we have any questions here. All right, some common, actually, let me back up a little bit. Once you have your inbox set up, once you've created your primary inbox and you've created those sections, you want to process whatever is in the inbox. Usually I'll take whatever's recent and I'll just process that really quick. This is just a newsletter. If I have a lot of email I'm trying to process, I might just go from the bottom up just to get rid of it really quick. But the way that I process it there's a couple things I do here. First of all, I'm going to delete anything that doesn't need action. So if somebody sends me a quick email, a quick thanks or information or a reminder, anything that's no longer relevant, those things can just be deleted. And the one thing that I absolutely love about Gmail is that deleted emails are actually archived and can be found with a simple search right up here in the search box. Just like you would do if you were doing a Google search. You can delete your trash, and once you do that, you will delete it from Gmail, but in general, if you just delete your email, it's still going to be there. For newsletters or sales and promotional items, emails, I actually make a quick decision when I see that to either stay on that email list or to unsubscribe, as I mentioned earlier. And if you know, if you do want to keep it, like here I have this is actually a good, oops, I must have double clicked, sorry. This is a good example of a newsletter that came in. I don't need to see this email in my newsletter or in my inbox all the time because it's just a newsletter. So what I generally do is I filter messages like this. So I create filters to automate and process my email. Filters are like tags that allow you to label specific emails into categories or folders that you can easily access later. So one folder that I do have is a reading folder. So an email like newsletter like this that I don't necessarily need to see in my inbox every day, I use that drop down. I'm going to click this in blue, this create a filter for this search. I'm going to skip the inbox all the time. I'm going to apply the label of newsletters and reading. And then the important thing, I'm going to also apply the filter to any matching conversations and create that filter. And now that email is tagged as a newsletter, and I can always go into my newsletter file when I'm ready to sit down and do my reading and access that information. So it's really about being proactive. I have created this system over time. I've used it for quite a while, and I have sort of tweaked it and made some changes to it. I have way too many tags. I will admit that right now, but I've been in this email for so many years that I've just never gone and cleaned those up. So I would keep it really simple. Like I said, you can always search. So if you have just a few simple tags, you know, it's important for me to have the newsletter and reading tag because I want to be able to go click on it, which I'm going to do right here. And I can see the newsletters. And as you can see, I get way too many newsletters in one day. I need to start unsubscribing from some because I don't read all of these. And right now they're just taking up a lot of space. And that can feel overwhelming when you're seeing so many emails coming into your inbox. So try to keep those labels to a minimum. Remember that you can always use the search function as needed. And some common filters you may want to consider would be newsletter and reading. Another one that I use is a shopping folder. So anything related to retail newsletters that I receive, coupons, things like that, I actually do the same thing I do for the newsletters and reading. I create that filter, tag it as shopping, and then next time I'm at Staples and want to access my rewards or see if I have any coupons, I simply go on my iPhone, I check for Staples, I pull up the email, and I use it right then and there. Another suggestion would be the training folder and of course the waiting for folder that I had shown you. So my last step in processing everything is to just take action on anything that will take just a moment or two to do. If you have an email and it's just going to take you a moment to send that response, do it. So if you're processing a large amount of email, maybe you have thousands of emails in your inbox and you need to get that under control, spend 20 minutes a day and just start working through that and create a system. Once you start creating those filters, it's going to clear your email out rather quickly, actually. And create that system and take action on things. If you can process it, that email immediately, do it immediately. If it's something that needs further action, this is where the email from last week comes in, where I actually use GQs and create a task. Or if you have a project management system, I create that task in the project management system immediately, and then I archive that email. So now you can schedule your time to work on that task if it was related to a bigger project, or to just address the different emails that are there. Confirmations and payments, that's another good tag to have. So my PayPal receipts, they always come automatically tagged. I don't skip my inbox because I want to make sure that I do see what is coming through on my payments, but then I can just click that inbox tag and it goes away. And then creating, let's see, here's another email newsletter. If I wanted to, if this was one that I didn't want to create a tag for, maybe it's something that I get periodically, I could just quickly use the tag dropdown, type in a couple letters for newsletters I'm reading, click that tag, and it goes away. So this is a great way to just quickly process your email and go through it. Again, quick decision, delete it, and it goes away. If you have any questions on this, please drop them in the comments. I hope this was helpful. This week is actually National Clean Inbox Week, so it's a great time to start working on that system to process your email quickly and stay out of overwhelm, because email can be a major stressor for most entrepreneurs. Again, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, I'm happy to come in and answer them. And I hope you are having a fabulously productive day. We will chat soon.